And another one from me. You'll think I've been very busy. I suppose I have, but I haven't had much else to do. Where are we now? 11th of March, and we're still in lockdown. So I come up and craft away. So this is one of the eclectic TN sort of style journals. They are getting fatter and fatter. So please don't buy this if you don't like a chunky journal. I've got this pretty unicorn sari silk, dyed sari silk from Perrin Yarns, tying it up. It's made using a Stamperia paper from the Princess collection, which is very pretty. I've doubled it up. I haven't put anything on the front. I thought it was too nice, really. It didn't seem an obvious place to put anything. Got fabric canvas on the spine, and there's Tyvek between the two sheets of card. So I've got a pocket here with a little tiny tag with a flower fairy, a little snippet down here. This paper, I put some Tim Holtz tissue paper on here, and it looked a bit dense, so I pulled some of it off and sanded it back a bit. So this is, I wouldn't say it's rough, but you can just feel where that's been pulled off. But I think that looks better. I've got a double pocket here, well, a pocket and a belly band. I think I've done this before. So that's from 1900, a solicitor's letter, in this wallpaper pocket. And a tag I've just made from the botanical book. And this little belly band here has got a cigarette card tag in it. This the actual card sort of stops it falling through. This is some vintage ledger paper that I've recently acquired. I think it's from 1920s, 1928. It's quite brittle, so I have reinforced the crease there. This is some lace and another of those little snippets. In here I've got a receipt from 1903, an old postcard from 1907, and I think this was sitting on my desk. That might be from the Lavender and Lace collection, or Granny's Attic, maybe from my Porch Prints. This is definitely Granny's Attic, so maybe that is as well. It's my Porch Prints anyway. Got stenciling here, just a blank computer card on that page. This old book page, and again I filled this up with vintage letter or part of a vintage document. I don't know how old that is, but probably around 1900. And then there's a little Christmas card which I chose because it sort of matched these colours. It had a cord around the back here, but that was quite perished, so I've just glued that in there. So it's just showing out the top there. And this is an old photograph. This is some scrapbook paper. This page is an old birthday card. I probably should have stitched up there and made it into a pocket because I've left it as it was. I've made a botanical tag and popped that in it, which if you push it up it does stay, but I thought I'd just make sure of that really by popping a little paper clip on there. This is an old 1944 envelope and a bit of fussy cutting, some yellow irises. It's a ruffle. This is another old letter or document, and in here I've got a vintage telegram from the 1950s, botanical tag, and another photograph from the, looks like the 1940s. And this is a little bit of lace collar and some original rusting on there. This is from an old book. Again, I've reinforced it. And this is a postcard. So this is original, quite old. I don't know whether that's Mom and her two little boys or the nanny. Look at his face. Poor little chaps, all done up in their Sunday best. Little flower fairy that I fussy cut here. This is a lace belly band, so I've got a magazine page and a library card, just a tiny bit of coupage on there, and this little stopper just stops it falling through. More fussy cutting, and on here I've got a pocket. This has been cut down. This is an original photograph. I've backed it because it was very thin. I like her. I'm going to give her a name, but you'll see the name when you see the name of the journal. I haven't decided yet. And this is a thin, long, thin tag I've put together. Centre with my usual beads that can go top or bottom. In here we've got a book page from the Sarah Midden book. And this is a observer's book. I've done a vellum pocket. I think I might have seen Wendy do that recently, or something similar anyway. Another of those snippets. Magazine page and cigarette card in that side. Another little fussy cut. I've got a tiny pocket and a tiny slender tag in there. This is cut from the princess paper. In the other side, a bit more of that collar, a flower fairy tag, and another photograph. 1933, that one is. That opens out, but I've made a little lace pocket here, and again I've got a little receipt. Sure of the date of that, probably 65. That's 1965. And another little photograph. I like the dog facing the wrong way. They usually are, aren't they, when you're trying to take a photograph. This one is a family having a picnic. That looks older. That could be... I backed that. I think this was another one that was really, really thin, as if it had been torn off something. So I backed it onto some old birthday card. But that looks quite Victorian, so that might be early part of the century. And this little fan I cut from the paper. And in here there's a receipt from 1933. A bit more cutting out. I've just done a simple tag on there. It could go that way round, but I thought it looked better that way. So that's an old computer card. I've got a library card and a magazine page in this pocket. An old envelope, 1957. That's the other side of that ledger. This is quite brittle, but I decided not to reinforce it. It wouldn't matter eventually if it tore, it to my mind anyway. But you could use washi tape if you want to keep it as it is. A bit more of that lace and snippet. And again, I've got another birthday card which I've just hooked over the page. It says, "With lots of love, Jill and Beryl." And that's the back. So that's my final one for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again soon.